Welcome back, students. In the previous class we have studied about the response of the second order system for undamped case, and today we will study about the response of the second order system for underdamped case. And this underdamped case, before going for underdamped case, we have to see some formulas of the Laplace transform. Why? Because it will be very useful for us in calculating purpose in the problem. Okay. Now we will see one Laplace transform. It is 1 by s, constant k. Then the Laplace transform is k by s. If you are having k into f of t, then the Laplace transform is k into f of s. So we can see that f of t and f of s are the functions. Okay, f of t is the time function. Yes, in the s domain the function is f of s. Okay, now here t, for t it is 1 by s square, and t power n it is n factorial by s power n plus n. If it is e power minus at, then we can write 1 by s plus a, and if it is e power at, we can write 1 by s minus a. That is the Laplace transform. Okay, we have to remember these things. Now coming to here, f of t is e power minus at, then what is the Laplace transform of it? It is in the 1 by s plus a. Okay, if you are doing e power at, then 1 by s minus a in s domain, it is in t domain. Now e power minus at into t power n is equals to n factorial by s plus a whole power n plus n. If you see here sin omega t, that is sin omega t, if you do that into f of s, omega by s square plus omega square, cos omega t is equal to s by s square plus omega square. Next, e power minus at into sin omega t, that will give in f of s is omega by s plus a whole square plus omega square. Similarly, you are having for cos omega t, e power minus at into cos omega t is equal to s plus a by s plus a whole square plus omega square. Here the difference is, here it is omega and here it is s plus a. The denominator remains the same for sin omega t and cos omega t. If you go for sin h omega t, it is omega by s square minus omega square. Similarly, cos h omega t is equal to s by s square plus omega square. If you see here, denominator remains the same and changes only the numerator. If it is taken t into e power minus at, 1 by s plus a whole square. Next is 1 minus e power minus at is converted to f of s, a by s into s plus a. So while finding the response for the second order system, we will be having one equation written, and we will be now writing that equation and finding out this Laplace transforms in the f of t and convert into f of s also. Okay, for that this is very essential, and you should remember this thing. Okay, now we will start the response of the second order system for underdamped case. Now students, the response of the second order system for underdamped case and for underdamped case and unit step input, and the input is unit step, and the input is unit step. Okay. So what is C of s by R of s? C of s by R of s for a second order system for underdamped case, we will be writing this omega n square divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. We have written all this thing in the first order also. Okay. In the second order undamped case also we have written second order undamped case. Now we are writing same thing for the underdamped case also. C of s by R of s is equals to omega n square by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. So for an underdamped system, we know that for an underdamped system, this is underdamped system, what we write is the zeta value lies between 0 less than zeta less than 1 zeta. So here the roots of denominator are, and the roots of the denominator, this denominator, the roots of the denominator that is a quadratic equation or complex conjugate. Already we have discussed about in the last class. These are the complex conjugate roots, which is having complex conjugate roots, and we have here zeta is less than 1 and also zeta square is also less than 1. Why? Because if zeta is less than 1, zeta square will also be less than 1. This you have to remember here. Okay. Now we will write the equation. Okay. Now we will write the value of S. So after writing zeta is less than 1 and zeta square is less than 1, we will write the value of S now. Seeing here the value of S is equals to minus zeta omega n plus or minus j into omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square is the value of S, and therefore what we can write here in the place of omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square, we can write omega d. So S is equals to minus zeta omega n plus or minus j into omega d. So since we have already seen that omega d is equals to square root of 1 minus zeta square. Okay. So C of S by R of S is equals to omega n square by, or you can write C of S by R of S is equals to R of S into omega n square by S square plus 2 zeta omega n S plus omega n square. Okay. For unit step input, as you have told already, for unit step input we are calculating. Unit step input R of t is equals to 1. R of t is equal to 1. Therefore, R of S is equals to 1 by S. Already I have shown the table in the beginning. From that R of t is 1, then R of S is equals to 1 by S. Now, after writing this, we can put in the place of C of S and R of S, we can write R of S is equal to 1 by S. So, we will write now C of S is equals to 1 R of S in the place of R of S, we are writing 1 by S into omega n square divided by S square plus 2 zeta omega n S plus omega n square. So, this is the C of S value 1 by S into omega n square by S square plus 2 zeta omega n S plus omega n square. Now, what we have to do here, you have to find out this into partial fractions. We have to convert it into partial fractions. Okay. So, C of S is equals to this value. We can write A by. So, this can be converted into a partial fraction. So, what type of partial fraction we can convert it here? So, 1 by S into omega n square by S square plus 2 zeta omega n S plus omega n square. This has 2 factors and it is having 1 factor. So, totally there are 3 factors. So, how can we write this equation? That equation can be written as A by S plus Bs plus C by, that is equals to A by S plus Bs plus C by S square plus 2 zeta omega n S plus omega n square. So, we have to solve this for a partial fractions. So, how to solve this for a partial fractions now? By partial fractions, by applying partial fraction for this, how do you get the value? So, first of all, what you have to do is, you have to take this omega n square by S into S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square is equals to A by S plus Bs plus C divided by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. So for this you have to find out the partial fractions, as the denominator gets cancelled here, and we have to find the value of A, B and C and rewrite the equation. Okay. So solving for A, B and C values, solving for A, B and C values, what we get here. So if you see here, A by S plus Bs plus C by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square. If you see here, you will be finding out the LCM. Now you will write here LHS omega n square is equals to A into S square plus 2 zeta omega ns plus omega n square plus Bs plus C into S. So denominator gets cancelled on both sides. That is, omega n square is equal to denominator gets cancelled. So omega n square is equals to as square plus 2a into 2 zeta omega n s plus a into omega n square plus bs square plus cs. So if you see here, you can have the omega n square coefficients. Omega n square is equals to a into omega n square plus as square plus a into 2 zeta omega n s plus bs square plus cs. Okay. Now here the coefficient of omega n square is 1 here and it is a. So we can write a is equals to 1, equating this square terms, omega n square terms. We can write now a is equals to 1. So we have got the value a is equals to 1 by comparing the coefficients, by comparison. Okay. Now if you have this a is equals to 1 here, why? Because omega n square is on both sides. When comparing the coefficient, a is equal to 1. Now what we do here is, we will take out common a. Omega n square is equals to a into s square plus omega n plus 2 zeta omega ns plus bs square plus cs. Okay. Like this, if you see this s term, a plus b into s square, a plus b into s square plus, if you are having comparison, a is equal to 1, you have got omega n square is equal to a plus b into s square, and here there is no a plus b into s square term. So what we can write here, a plus b equal to 0. Other terms, a plus b into s square. Now see here, a into omega n square plus a square plus a to zeta omega ns plus b square plus cs is equal to omega n square. You can see here, we are having the second term, that is s square is there. A plus b into s square is equal to 0. So a plus b is equal to 0. This we got by comparing s square term, by comparing s square term. So a plus b is equal to 0. Now a is equal to 1 already, so b is equals to minus 1. B is equal to minus 1. In the similar way, we have to find out this c value. What is c value? You will find out the c value now. Here s terms are, 2 s terms are there. So we will write the s terms here. What are the s terms? By comparison only, we are having this a into 2 zeta omega ns plus cs. A into, by comparing s terms, on both sides. On both sides, what do you compare and see here? A plus b, a into 2 zeta omega n plus c into s is equal to 0. So omega n square doesn't have any, doesn't have any s term, so it is equal to 0. A value is 1, so it is 2 zeta omega n plus c is equal to 0. C is equal to minus 2 zeta omega n. So therefore, what we got? A value as 1, b is equals to minus 1, and c is equals to minus 2 zeta omega n. These values are to be substituted in the main equation, that is a by s plus bs plus c by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Okay. Okay. Now substituting these values in the main equation, we will get these values. Okay. Substituting the values, we get C of s is equals to 1 by s minus, so b is minus 1, so here actually it was plus here, and minus of s, so we can take common also, 1 by s minus s plus 2 zeta omega n divided by s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square. Why? Because it was a by s plus bs plus c. So c is 2 zeta omega n and b is minus 1. So taking out common, I have taken minus common and put s plus 2 zeta omega n. So the values remain the same now. Now adding and subtracting, the value, the denominator value with zeta square omega n square, okay. So it is C of s is equals to 1 by s, C of s is equals to 1 by s minus s plus 2 zeta omega n divided by, so we are adding and multiplying this one with the zeta square and omega n square, s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square plus zeta square omega n square minus zeta square omega n square. So this one we are doing, students, for getting into a standard form. Okay. This one is zeta square addition and is subtraction, so it doesn't make any difference. So this equation is added and subtracted with zeta square n square product. Okay. Now we will arrange this in some value, so that we will get a standard form to deduce the complex equation. As we said, we are going to make it a small equation. Now we will do that one. C of s is equals to this value 1 by s minus s plus 2 zeta omega n s square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square plus zeta square omega n square minus zeta square omega n square can be made into a simple value, so that we will be having this value into a function, like we have dealt about the Laplace transform. No, in that form we have to get that equation. So we are writing in that form to get that Laplace transform equation and get an easy value, so that what is the response, how is the response calculated, we will see. Okay. Now writing this equation, C of S is equals to S plus 2 zeta omega n divided by S square plus 2 zeta omega ns minus zeta square plus zeta square omega n square plus omega n square minus zeta square omega n square. So I have shifted these terms to get the value S plus 2 zeta omega n divided by S square. What is this? A square plus b square plus 2ab form. So I can write this one zeta omega n, S plus zeta omega n whole square also I can write this term, complete 3 terms, plus omega n square minus zeta square omega n square is nothing but your omega d square. Why? Because omega d is equal to omega n into square root of 1 minus g square. Since omega d is equal to square root of 1 minus omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Already this one we have known. So this value, if you are substituting here, you will get this particular equation. So implies S plus 2 zeta omega n divided by S plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square. Okay. So here we have written C of S is equals to 1 by S minus this equation. 1 by S is 1 by S minus this complete equation we are writing is equal to 1 by S minus of, and it is also 1 by S minus C of S is equals to this complete equation. C of S is equal to 1 by S into S minus 2 zeta omega n divided by S square plus 2 zeta omega n s plus omega n square plus these 2 terms adding and subtracting, we will get this term. Here it is minus value. So C of S is equals to this particular thing. Okay. C of S is equals to this complete equation. Now from this equation, after getting this equation into this form, we have to do the equation to get into the Laplace transform form of a standard form. Okay. Now we can also make this equation into a small equation, what we have to do here is that equation is given C of S is equals to 1 by S minus S plus 2 zeta omega n. We can also make this into 2 terms, that is equals to 1 by S minus S plus zeta omega n by S plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square, and it is minus zeta omega n by 1 by S minus zeta omega n divided by S plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d whole square. Plus omega d whole square. So if you see here, this equation, C of S equation has become 1 by S minus S plus zeta omega n by S plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square minus zeta omega n by S plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square. If you see here, it is s minus s plus zeta omega n minus zeta omega n. So it has not changed anything here, just you remove the bracket minus s plus zeta omega n, again minus. So minus zeta omega n minus zeta omega n becomes 2 zeta omega n. We have removed the brackets and written like this separately. Now multiplying and dividing by omega d and dividing by omega d in the above equation, what do we get here in the above equation? If you multiply and divide, C of s is equals to 1 by s minus s plus zeta omega n divided by s plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square minus zeta omega n by omega d. We are multiplying and dividing omega d divided by s plus zeta omega n whole square plus omega d square. Okay, this we are multiplying and dividing by omega d for this equation. So after doing this, taking the inverse Laplace transforms, Laplace transforms, okay. F of t and f of s were the equations in the beginning of the class. The same thing we are applying, taking the inverse Laplace transforms. Now by taking the inverse Laplace transform for this equation, as you have seen already f of t and f of s in the beginning of the class, that how the f of t is converted to f of s and how f of s is converted to f of t. F of s to f of t is called as inverse Laplace transform, f of t to f of s is called Laplace transform conversion. So C of t, if I apply inverse Laplace transform, what happens? C of s is equals to 1 by s, it becomes 1. Next, s plus a by s plus a whole square plus omega square form. So if you apply inverse Laplace transform for this, it becomes e power minus a t into cos omega. So it is written 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t into cos omega d. Why? Because here in the place of a you are having zeta omega n and in the place of omega you are having omega d square. Next one, minus zeta omega n by omega d, same thing, zeta omega n by omega d is there. By applying inverse Laplace transform for this standard form, this is omega by s plus omega whole square plus s plus a whole square plus omega square. So it is omega d, here it is s plus a, here it is omega by s plus omega square plus omega d whole square. So it becomes e power minus zeta omega n t into sin omega d t. Next is, you will be seeing this one common, taking out common and writing cos omega d t plus zeta omega n. You would by omega d in the place of omega n into square root of 1 minus zeta square, you can write here. By just expanding this omega d, you can write here. And you can see omega n gets cancelled. Now you can also cancel this one omega n. This is sin omega dt. Now after cancelling this omega n, what is the remaining? You have to cross multiply this one and take out this 1 minus zeta square outside. We are taking square root of 1 minus zeta square outside and writing cos omega dt into square root of 1 minus zeta square plus zeta into sin omega dt. Next is C of t is equals to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by square root of 1 minus zeta square, same as it is we have written. And here in the place of this particular thing, sin omega dt plus cos omega dt into square root of 1 minus zeta square. Right? Why? Because here you are writing this in the form, just you are making this into easiest form. Sin omega dt you are writing first and cos omega dt you are writing at the last one. Now after doing this one, this equation sin omega dt into zeta plus cos omega dt into t into square root of 1 minus zeta square is there. As you know the Pythagoras theorem, here we apply the Pythagoras theorem and find out these values in terms of sin and cos only to convert into a trigonometric form. Okay. Now we will write this equation in the trigonometric form, this particular equation sin omega d into complete trigonometric form. So 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t divided by square root of 1 minus zeta square into sin omega dt into zeta. In place of zeta we can write cos theta and plus cos omega dt into t into sin theta, because into sin theta also we can do here. So if you see here, if you are taking zeta on one side and you are getting square root of 1 minus zeta square. What is square root of 1 minus zeta square? Because you will be getting the hypotenuse. Okay, if you take this triangle, you know sin omega t, and what is cos theta? Cos theta is equals to zeta. You are writing zeta by 1. Zeta by 1 means here if you are taking zeta, okay, adjacent side to theta by hypotenuse, then this one will become 1 minus zeta square. As we are writing zeta by omega n as cos theta, then what happens here, this hypotenuse is 1. Why? Because adjacent side theta by hypotenuse is cos theta. So we can write cos theta. And what is sin theta? Sin theta is nothing but opposite side theta by hypotenuse. Opposite side to theta by hypotenuse. Okay. Square root of 1 minus zeta square by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is 1. So we can write sin theta. So what is the equation? This equation is 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by square root of 1 minus zeta square sin omega dt into cos theta plus cos omega dt into sin theta. Now c of t, we can write this one theta here. C of t is equals to 1 minus e power minus zeta omega n t by square root of 1 minus zeta square, and we can write here sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. You can write sin a plus b. It is sin a plus b. Removing the bracket, sin a plus b. A is omega dt plus theta. So sin a plus b will get, where theta is equals to square root of tan inverse of b by a, that is 1 minus zeta square by zeta. Or we have a formula for finding out between right angle triangle. We are having a formula theta is equal to tan inverse of this opposite side by adjacent side. Now the response, what is the response? If you have here this particular triangle, Pythagoras theorem for a right angle triangle, you can write here sin theta is equals to square root of it is opposite side theta by hypotenuse. Next, cos theta is equals to zeta, adjacent side theta by hypotenuse, and tan theta is equals to square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. Okay. So this is the tan inverse for tan theta is equals to square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. Therefore theta is equal to tan inverse square root of 1 minus zeta square by zeta. Now the response of second order system, the response of the second order system is as follows. Now according to this equation, how will be the response of the second order system, we will see now. Okay. Now we will draw the response of this second order system for underdamped case. Okay, we have seen for undamped case. Now we will see for the underdamped case, how this underdamped case is having the particular response. If you draw the characteristics, the response of the second order system for underdamped case is case oscillates and then oscillates before settling for a final value, So it first oscillates and then settles to a final value. So we will see here, and this oscillation depends upon damping ratio. The oscillation depends upon damping ratio. Okay. Though the response will be like this. We are showing the response also. So it starts, oscillates, first it oscillates, it comes to a final value, this one, like this, okay, for unit step input. This is C of t, okay, this is t. So here you are having a rise time and settling time for this. Like this you are having a, here it will get settled, here oscillates and slowly it gets settled, and it depends upon the damping ratio how the oscillations will be. Okay. So students, this was about the second order system response for a under damped case, and we are having 2 more cases like that, and we will go for these 2 more cases in the next class. I will like to end the class here. Thank you.